exactly like what videos the algorithm chooses to bless you with, and it's like we are going to show this short to everyone. Um, yeah, it does its own thing. It's really
It's
really odd.
it's like that scene off of Toy Story, the claw. I
That
have
claw,
the
that
algorithm.
claw's our master. The claw chooses who will go and who will stay.
It's like the algorithm has chosen.
All right, guys. So I know no one's in here yet, but if you're watching the replay of the live, I have a tin of Escudo to pop. That hello, I haven't had any Escudo in quite a long time. So I mean, the last time I had it, I don't even know what I thought of it. It's been so long. You know what I mean? It's never
And
been on my radar. I'm just now kind of really getting into Virginia. So this won't pick this up, but I'll do it while I'm making a noise so the noise floor is not canceled out. And maybe, oh, did you hear it?
yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good on my end.
And so I'm not opening a can of the Scudo because I've got so many tins open right now. But I am going with a Virginia Perique, some Bayou Morning.
So I know I sent you the. This is a little darker than I remember.
It's gonna have a reddish, brownish tint and hue to it, though. Yep.
Nothing too distinct from the tin note.
RAKSA is in the house.
Hey man, how you doing?
I believe he enjoys the Scudo, my man.
He's got great taste. He enjoys a lot of stuff. I really like his takes on stuff. Really like his takes. He's got great taste. Oh, he heard it. He did hear it.
Good.
These are beautiful. Look at these gorgeous, 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 gorgeous flakes.
And people try to compare like luxury bullseye flake to a Scudo.
Wildly different in my experience.
RAKSA, you're our favorite. Thank
That's
you.
right. I was about to say, hey now. Hey
That does
man, you are. Hey, RA. I want to add another country to the list on Spotify of people that's listened. You have to give us a follow on Spotify. The podcast right now it will be For the Love of the Leaf on Spotify or Apple Podcast. If you give our podcast a listen, it'll show up on my end as Saudi Arabia being a country that listens, and that would be quite cool, man. But after tonight, the name's changing to Brothers of the Pipe. Same feed and everything, same RSS feed, and we're just changing the title to reflect what we've been doing more of. Give you the link. All right, Angela, go to Spotify. Go on my latest episode. Click share, copy link, paste it into the live chat so RA can give it a follow. Do you have Spotify, RA, or do you use Apple Podcasts? Because I don't even know how to share that one. Hopefully you have Spotify. I'm up to 13 countries right now, and you're the first person I've asked to give me a country. Thanks, brother. I appreciate you. So Hunter, he is out in Saudi Arabia, and I don't know what he always does, but right now he's part of a film crew in Saudi Arabia, which is he does have Spotify Suite.
That's cool.
Which is man, if you think about it, all the scenic type environment stuff in Saudi Arabia. He was in the Valley of the something that I cannot pronounce on a short I saw today. Very cool, very cool. Thanks, RA. I appreciate you, brother.
And so, a little background on the Scudo. I am a notorious Virginia snob, and I mean that very tongue in cheek.
No, it's not tongue in cheek, dude. He really, really is.
But Escudo is the blend that turned me on to be a Virginia lover. I had smoked a little luxury bullseye flake and enjoyed it, but it just didn't quite hit for me. as soon as I tried a Scudo, that peppery Perique note, man, it was done. It was over. And there's the Valley of Hanifa. I'm sure I'm pronouncing.
I'll roll with that, man. That's what I was about to say. He's got a short that shows it's a 2-part short. First, he's looking at the camera, talking about it, and then second, he's got the camera forward facing and shows the area.
Blue Line.
What's up, brother?
So tomorrow, if not tonight, tomorrow, I will go to your profile, find that short, like, and comment under it, just so to verify that I did check it out.
I didn't even comment. I just liked it earlier when I came across it. I was in a hurry, but so I watched the first one and I was like in the middle of something, and he's like, "Tune in, for part 2, where it shows the area," and it was cool, man. It was very cool. I'm not sure exactly if he's doing audio. He had over the ears headphones on around his neck, so I'm not sure exactly what part of it he's doing, but very, very cool, obviously. Film is awesome.
Blue Line, that's what I'm smoking.
No freaking way.
Listen, Blue Line, I was about to ask you what blend you're smoking because I know you're smoking a blend. I swear, when you're done, you can rewind and watch me load it with that.
Thank you, R.A. I believe he said his first name. R.A., is your first name Ryan? He did an introduction video where he went over it, and I can't recall now. I'm so sorry. I'm terrible with names, and I meet so many people online. You'll have to forgive me. I don't mean to be non-personable.
I'm a visual person, so seeing the screen name, I remember it before hearing your name, if that makes sense.
You gotta see this, these high-end slippers on his.
Oh, yo!
Michael, thanks for stopping by, brother. How are you doing? Hey, everybody, Timber and Smoke is in the chat. Timber and Smoke is this. This is Timber and Smoke. This is volume 2 of Timber and Smoke magazine. And Michael's in the chat here. I hope everyone goes over to his channel and gives him a follow. He just yoked up with one of my favorite companies on the planet, Nova. So, Nova, Kyle Hughes over at Nova. Funny thing, Hunter, Nate King the other day said, "I just realized that Kyle's last name's Hughes." He's like, "Are y'all related or something? I know y'all talk and stuff." I was like, "We haven't put all the pieces together, but we think we are."
It can run strong in the family. You know what I mean?
I was like, he lives one state over, and we've been here in the Appalachian Mountains for a long time. Oh, not much, man. I am smoking some Escudo. Did you have troubles?
No, I'll put it in the chat.
I never did see the link in the chat.
Put it in the chat a long time ago.
Nope, never did see it.
I can do it again.
I seen some emojis and stuff, but
somebody now that I'll put the link in the chat.
So she's going to put the link in the chat, alright.
I'll do it again.
I can do it real quick. Hunter, do you talk?
I've done it twice. I think it filters out links.
It might filter links.
The Blue Line, something else. You mentioned grape nuts think alike. I don't know if that was a typo or not, but another coincidental thing is I have a odd fixation on the cereal grape nuts, and my wife picks on me all the time because it's a true obsession. Yeah, it's bad. It's weird. I know of all cereals, but yeah, grape nuts. This is a fresh tin of a Scudo. It was meant to be aged, and he couldn't wait, so he popped the tin. And so there's the link. Got it.
There we go, guys. That's the last episode, Carolina Red Flake. The episode we just recorded with Cameron Smoky Stash will be probably tomorrow because we're doing this live tonight. But yeah, there's the link, man. I really appreciate it, RA. No, yeah, this is a fresh tin, like Hunter was just saying. I'm just kind of now really getting into Virginias, and I bought this tin specifically to age. but I haven't had it in so long, and I'm kind of in the mood for Virginias that I figured I'd go ahead and pop it, and I only had 110 of it.
So one thing that's really cool with the Scudo, other than it being an old favorite of myself, is when my daughter was born in August, I purchased a tin of a Scudo that I'm putting back to open, or putting back and not opening it until her 18th birthday. So in 18 years to celebrate the birth of my first child, opening this tin of a Scudo.
Very cool. Michael asked if you're smoking a Scudo as well.
No, probably my most smoked Virginia blend. It's the one that turned me on to Virginias, and it's been me and Virginia Tobacco has had an affair for at least 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 years now, or something like that. But I'm smoking Cornell and Deal Bayou Morning, just a simple vapor that I enjoy. Which Blue Line happens to be smoking as well.
Yeah, out of just straight coincidence. How much cat dander do you have in your pipe at the moment?
It's good kindling on top. I don't know if she's.
Blue Line said his favorite he had is Luxury Bullseye Flake. Stokebees. That is luxury, right?
Yes.
Great blend. I think the favorite I have had, and I'm just really exploring Virginias as of late, recently. Samuel Gawith Full Virginia Flake. Really like that one. That one tastes fantastic to me. If I keep talking, I'm not going to get this pipe going.
I don't know. Most smoked Virginia first is going to be a Scudo, then full Virginia Flake, and I'd have to really think about that after. But as Dakota says, and actually I've said it and he agrees with me, so I'm a Virginia snob. I'm not going to lie.
You are pretentious Virginia snob.
I get really, really into the Virginias and aging, the whole 9 yards. It's an obsession of mine.
Yeah, Hunter, this is quite good. And it's funny, it's nothing like I remember it. I haven't had it in a while, and I wasn't into Virginias when I did have it, which is funny,
Ryan, if you listen to an episode and follow the podcast, I believe it'll automatically show up on our end that someone from Saudi Arabia has listened.
Yeah, you just have to subscribe to the podcast on there, and then I'm up to 13 countries. The podcast is in 13 countries, and that's wild for me because, our podcast is very passionate, but its production value is not like super high. We just get on there and we talk about something we love, tobacco. And so it is, we're true believers, right? We really are passionate about tobacco, but we have not necessarily attempted to polish it as much as it can be. So the fact that it's in 13 countries is just, it's extremely exciting. It's cool. And I wasn't expecting it.
Okay, so Timber asked a question here.
Yeah, that's all you, buddy.
I can answer this. It will take me just 1 second, but I've got my thoughts on this, and it's just opinion. Keep that in mind. So the question is, what's your opinion on Bullseye versus Scudo versus Flake Medallion by Davidoff versus Peterson Navy Rolls? Those four are usually compared. So yes, they're all clean cut Virginia Perique blends, and they're all four compared to each other. But it's not a super fair comparison. So the Scudo.
Wait. I thought the Davidoff wasn't a vapor. I thought it had like Cavendish in the middle.
It's like Bullseye. It has the Cavendish in the middle, but it's still Virginia Perique.
Okay, gotcha. I haven't had it. Sorry, go ahead.
You're good. So the Scudo and the then Dunhill, now Peterson Deluxe Navy Rolls, is pure Virginia Perique without the Cavendish Bullseye. Whereas the Davidoff Medallions and the Peter Stokely Luxury Bullseye Flake do have the Cavendish Bullseye. And that's going to make a big difference in the flavor profile. Even though they look like coins, you can't really compare them. Now, a Scudo and Deluxe Navy Rolls, you can compare. And a lot of people will say it's the same blend in different packaging. I'm going to have to disagree with that. The Virginias are very, very similar. The big difference I find is actually with the Perique. And I think they have a similar Perique content. But to me...
Hold on. You said Scudo and Deluxe Navy Rolls. Did you mean to say that?
Yeah, the Peterson Deluxe Navy Rolls.
Oh, that's right. See, I haven't had that one either. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So the difference to me between those blends, the Virginias are very alike. It's the Perique. And I think they're using about the same percentage of Perique. But to me, keep that in mind, Escudo, the Perique and Escudo is a little bit more on the black peppery side. Whereas the Perique in the Peterson Deluxe Navy Rolls has a little bit more of the dark fruit, plum, um, tartness going on. Or not tartness, but just that dark fruit, plummy flavor. I'm not saying there isn't a little bit of black pepper in the deluxe Navy rolls. I'm not saying there's not a little bit of the fruit note, the plummy note, or the date note in the Escudo, but Escudo is more peppery, whereas the deluxe Navy rolls is a little bit more fruitier, dark fruit. Now, with the other two, with the Peter Stokeby luxury bullseye flake and the Davidoff medallions, those two are very similar. The difference is, to me, keep in mind this is to me, the tobaccos that Virginia's used in the luxury bullseye flake are a little bit green when fresh. I think they've got a little bit too much grass to it when it's fresh. I think the Virginia's really young. I think they've got a little sharp edge to it. And I think they're best smoked with a little bit of maturing. After a year or two, it's a different blend. At the 5 year mark, you've got something really special. The Davidoff medallions, it comes in a 10. I think they're using a little bit more mature Virginia. So it's kind of already over that kind of youngish phase. That's not to say that it can't be enjoyed when the Virginias are young, but I find it more enjoyable with a little bit of age on it. So I think the Virginias that Davidoff is using is either a better quality or just a little bit more age on it. The difference between the two, once the Peter Stokeby luxury bullseye flakes have a little age on it, there's not a whole lot. Those two are very, very similar, but it just kind of depends. Do you want one that's much more inexpensive, but a little bit fresher, or one that might have a little bit better quality Virginia or just a little bit of age on it? And I'm not saying they age it, but the leaf that they're using, the stockpile, has set in a bale longer to my palate for the Davidoff medallions. So if you want something ready to smoke, like that, the Davidoff is good to go. You'll get a better experience with the Davidoff fresh than you will the luxury bullseye flake. But the luxury bullseye flake will age and get there. So it depends. It's up to you, but that's my take.
Update on the Escudo. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's better than I remember. Like I said, I could not even remember what I thought of it, honestly, that it was one of those Virginias. The last time I had it, it's been years ago, and I wasn't into Virginias. And now that I've been smoking Virginias, for a little bit, have a little bit more appreciation for it. And it certainly is that peppery style of Perique that I guess there's a time and a place for everything. But if you told me I was on an island and I could only have one style, one presentation of Perique, I think I would choose the peppery. Not to say I don't like the dark stewed fruit type notes, but
Well, here's something else to keep in mind with that. Perique, as it ages, sometimes loses a little bit of those peppery notes and they gain a little bit of the stewed fruit notes.
yeah.
So it just depends. Do you think that Escudo would smoke better with any drying time, or do you think it's okay fresh from the tin? You've been smoking a lot of full Virginia flakes.
I was really worried about this when I felt it. It felt ever so slightly, moist for a Virginia. When it comes to a Virginia, man, you're already dealing with a high sugar content that acts as an accelerant in the combustion, right? So you're not really wanting to add the moisture content to add to the steaming effect, for tongue health, right?
Right.
I'm not very far in. I'm taking my time. So far, it's not an issue. It's burning great, but that wasn't really my concern. My concern is more of like longevity of my mouth. After we do a podcast and a live, which we did tonight as well, guys. We did the podcast and the live last night, and that will be probably published in the morning. And we did another one to have an extra episode just in the hopper in case something happens and we need it. That's a lot of smoking back to back to back. And if you're not careful, your mouth will pay the price. It's a thing. And the Virginias are if you disrespect them and you do not honor their wishes, they will let you know.
And for those listening, I apologize for the 20-minute sermon on these
That
Virginia
was a
blends.
good sermon.
I've got a little bit of what I call the nicotism, and so I can geek out on tobacco and really get into it and get carried away. My apologies.
No, I think that's exactly why he asked. We're all students of the leaf, right? Ooh, hey, you guys remember I said it first. Students of the leaf.
Students of the leaf.
But we all want to learn and we all want to experience all the stuff and have a little bit more refined palate and, a more educated mindset entering into all the different blends and stuff. So I think going out on a tangent like that's perfect, man. And especially coming from someone like you that's just so experienced with Virginias, you are the man to speak on it.
Well, that exact comparison, I've never written it down per se, but I've thought about that in my head a lot. The comparisons between these coin flakes.
You were sitting on that one, ready to roll with it.
I was ready, man. I've been waiting. Oh no! You take this one. You take this one.
Okay, I got a box here. Big box. I have probably 25 snuffs in it. There we go. His is see-through. We have enough snuff to do content for the next few years just on snuff. Yeah, and I have another order from Toke that is in the process of making it here. So yeah, we actually just tried some Wilson's of Shero Best Dark on the podcast, and that went really well. That was just kind of improvised, but that was really pleasant. But yeah, we got all kinds of like actual respected, well-made snuffs, and then we got some really crazy, goofy stuff too. We got some of this Afghani black. Looks like hashish or something. All kinds of wild stuff to try.
I mean, I guess it's legal.
It says it is, right?
As it is. So Ryan agrees with the Davidoff using top quality leaf, and I think Stokely uses really good quality leaf. I think Davidoff just has the supply they're using again, probably just in a bale sitting just a little bit longer. But I think it's probably of the same quality, to be honest, and top quality.
Well, Davidoff, just going by their name and brand recognition, they're not going to put anything out premature. So
right,
it goes hand in hand with everything else they do. They are a luxury tobacco brand in everything they do, and they might not be groundbreaking with their blends as far as trying something new and exciting, but they are absolutely going to put something solid out that is in a good place, ready to go when it's purchased. There's not going to be a lot of, you're not going to have to sit on it for long. That's kind of makes sense with their mission statement. So Michael Timber and Smoke says, nice. I need to order me some and get the nasal passages going. I believe Michael told me the other evening he has some of the ones I have coming as well, some of the boutique stuff. So I really hope he gets some of that so I can get some feedback what he thinks. One of the things with the getting early blends to sample and try is you don't have anything to base it off of, right? There's not anything published about it. So you're kind of sitting in the dark with what's everyone else thinking. But that's the one I'm going to get to you tomorrow, the espresso. And then I'm going to do videos on the other two as well. But yeah, that one was phenomenal. Really enjoyed that.
And I'm looking forward to trying them. I'm just so glad that there is new nasal snuff being produced in America. And what a better boutique blender be doing it than Bad Cat. I can't express in words how excited that makes me.
Hey, why don't you read this next comment? Sergeant Rocco's in the chat, and he's coming in with the words again.
Rocco, have you been drinking tonight?
He's just so cultured, man. We don't know.
Look, I'm an uncultured swine. I'll be honest. But I love having friends like Rocco that will teach me.
Rocco's awesome. He's still posting food stuff on Instagram. I don't think the guy does anything but prepares food from the time he gets up till it's evening time.
But it looks great, the stuff he makes. I mean, I'm not just saying that because we're friends and he's on here. I mean, it looks really.
It really does. Hey, hey, Rocco, enjoy your bowl of shipmate, my man. That's crazy. It's kind of it's actually technically speaking, RA, it's illegal in America. The American dry Scotch snuff is sold as oral snuff only, right? And the ordering of the nasal snuff from Europe is, I think, skirting FDA stuffs a little bit. So yeah. So here's what do you got? Square? No, you got which ones you got?
Cherry, and then I've got Railroad Mills. And I meant to grab the blue.
I like that one. Yeah,
most popular. Grabbed the wrong one, but yeah, American snuff. And a lot of it is considered oral snuff, but still, it can be used orally or in the nasal cavity.
Historically, it was. It's just legally speaking, I don't think anything can be sold that is going to go in the nasal passages. Although that South African stuff I have is no finer than Copenhagen Fine Cut, so it kind of gives me some ideas.
Rocco, whatever you want, I know that you have great taste.
Okay, so I know what he wants. The Slavic blood in his vein wants to mix some kind of spirit into some kind of beer, and the Korean experience is going to lead the way. I bet he puts a Korean beer in some rice spirit tonight. I don't remember the names he uses for this, but that's what I see Mr. Rocco doing tonight.
That's a good idea, like a rice cereal, but instead of milk, it's Korean beer. Yeah,
rice
man.
Cereal?
Yeah, you get a rice cereal. It's a type of cereal.
Like Rice Krispies?
If that's considered a rice cereal, I don't know. I know it's a thing. I don't know it, but I know it's a thing. There's a different thing.
Oh man, Slivovic.
That's how I interpret it.
Is there a nuanced difference? I'm so sorry if I offended you. I don't know, man. What did I do? I don't know how Slavic is spelled, so that is not a great idea, Blue Line says.
No, it's probably not. Cereal and beer. Both enjoyable, but you gotta stay in your own lane. So
this is really good, Hunter.
I wonder snuff on top of the blend as kindling and get it going. Put some just pure Rusk on top to get it going.
Old school pipe smokers used to do that, man.
Are you serious?
Yep, I've heard about it. High octane plum brandy. Serb, Croat, Slovene. So Slovene. Serbia, Croatia, Slovenia, right? That is awesome. Wonder in brandy, I'm not super familiar with brandy. I wonder what proof is considered like high proof brandy. Do you have any idea?
Man, I don't know. I'm not a brandy person. Really, I'm a bourbon and if not a Scotch person, but typically bourbon. Right now, I've got small batch Elijah Craig So,
I polished off that 8-year Turkey 101 last night. It was fantastic. Blue Line says he did smear spray cheese on a cherry Pop-Tart one time. So who am I to judge?
I'm not judging at all, man. I'm all.
Yeah, so Timber and Smoke, we are going to be getting the new From Beyond. We purchased the 2023 From Beyond as well. I still have a 10 of that put away. I think Hunter does as well. If we choose to open one of the old ones, we'll be able to A/B test. But yeah, we purchased far too many of the small batches. I think we've almost got them all this year.
So we've got our good friend Millennial.
Blood logos.
What's going on, man? So great to see you here, even if it's just for a second to say,
Hey,
hey.
I understand. It's good to see you, man. Honestly, keep up the work. Keep up the great work, man.
Blood logos. Is that like blood the word?
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Greek for the word, as in used in John 1:1.
Yep. Hey, I knew that.
Yep. Looking at my cop roommate's W.E. Garrett's snuff canister. Hey, man, do it, buddy. Grab you a pinch, send it home. Let me know how it goes.
That's not an American snuff, is it?
Yeah, I think. No, I don't.
Hold on.
You look it up. I know I've had it. Brand anyway.
And Rocco to his death.
Hey, man, he might not have snuff in there. You have to be careful.
Oh yeah.
Even if he is law enforcement, man, that could be like,
Man, that stuff is dry. It's American for sure. It's dry.
I thought it was. Is that a white label?
Depends. There's a white label and then like a peachy looking label, kind of orange, kind of red. But I would say it's the white label. Just go light on it because it is dry and fine, and
it is.
You don't really sniff it. You just kind of barely breathe in your nose, and it shoots to the back of your brain. Shot of nicotine. It's wild. It is nothing like, I don't know, European nasal snuff.
Hey, Blue Line, that's awesome, man. Please do. I like nice Bible covers, guys. Let me show off a couple of mine here. I'll show off one of them here. This one is this one's ironed calf skin, and it's very, very supple and flexible and beautiful, and I like it.
But I tried
nerd out and everything, man. You gotta go deep. If anything in life's worth enjoying, he says, "Woo!" That's a rush.
I worked with a guy one time, and I was using some American nasal snuff just a little bit at lunch break. And he was a cigarette smoker, and I told him what it was. He's like, "Oh, that's cool. I've got to try it." I mean, he was excited about it, and you had to pull that pickup. He got so much out to put on his hand. I'm like, dude, listen, it's not funny. Don't do it. Like, it was probably like the size of a quarter. Did the whole thing at once. I thought we were going to take him to the hospital. I didn't think he was going to make it.
Hey, Blue Line, can I show that photo, brother? I'll wait until he responds before I show it. Get his permission. It's a beautiful brown leather cover. It's got beautiful edge stitching. I really like it. It's kind of a marbly brown. It's beautiful.
Now, my main Bible, it's just a study Bible, King James, but I do have my name in front of it. Okay, we got to go ahead. The word.
So that's the Bible cover. It's a big rectangle. You put the. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Imagine the back of the Bible opened up all the way. Speaking of Bibles, let me tell you a relevant story. Believe it or not, happened this past week. And I can't get into all the details on here because it doesn't matter and it's like personal, My Bible from my childhood made it back to me this week.
What?
From a completely random person stopped me and said, I have something of yours, and handed me my childhood Bible.
Like with your name inside it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Really crazy wild. Seriously. But yeah, that happened.
No, I didn't know.
So before our grandmother went into the nursing home, Grandma Sue, I went through her house and I was able to grab a few things. And one thing I grabbed was her Bible, which our Aunt Penny, her daughter, gave to
You
her.
talking about the tabletop one?
Nope, just a regular size
Okay.
Bible. We were in the 80s. And I'd gone through it a little bit. It's not my main Bible, but I do peek through to see a few things she'd underlined that's really cool to see that was of interest to her. And I'll show it to you sometime. I mean, it's absolutely for the family to have and to own and to share.
Love
It's
that
not
kind of stuff, man.
that. Anyways, I was going through it and I found something I'd never seen. I knew it existed, didn't think anyone had it, and it was here tucked away safely in the Bible, and that is our grandfather's obituary.
I have one as well.
Grandpa Frank, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know one was even out there.
I have. This is Grandma and Grandpa Karen and Farrell's
Yep.
stuff, and that's in. Guys, this is a big note taker's Bible I got. It's not calfskin. It's just what do they call it? Cow pad. It's a little bit rougher leather. It's not quite as supple, but it's still nice. But let me see. Big wide margins. Use a micron pen and take notes in it. It's very cool. All right, guys, give me just a second. I'll be right back. I'm actually going to go grab that old Bible out of my car.
Let's grab it.
Keep in mind, it's extremely dirty and stuff. I don't know what all happened to it, but I probably have some stuff in it as well. We'll see.
So, what's everyone smoking? I know that Blue Line and myself are smoking Cornell and Deal's Bayou Morning. Rocco, I've been doing a little bit of a deep dive into the Book of John. I've read through the Bible, but I just wanted to take one book and do this extreme deep dive and kind of write my own commentary on it, just to have my own notes per se. And so I started with the Book of John, and the first chapter of the Book of John, honestly, the first verse of chapter 1 of the Book of John, you can spend literally forever on. And so there's so much discussion with logos, which I know I'm saying wrong. I wrote down the pronunciation of how it is in Greek in my Bible, but it's way over there, and I'm not going to get up from the camera. But that's pretty interesting. But I've been really enjoying the deep dive. And then the comparisons of modern translation, like a King James version, compared to the New World translation that Jehovah's Witnesses would use. Just John 1:1 gets very. There's a lot of information there in that one little verse.
All right, so this thing is dirty, moldy, but it's got my name. You can't really see it.
No, I'm afraid I can't.
It used to be in gold letters, but it's I need to clean it up. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But my name presented by Don and Lorraine Bowles of the First Baptist Church of Dixie, West Virginia. Christmas of '98.
You would have been 11 years old?
Yeah.
And real quick, yeah, Timber and Smoke has it here. Logos. That's it. Logos. That's how that's pronounced in Greek, I believe. I wrote down how he kind of wrote it so I could remember. I still don't have it remembered right, but I believe that's exactly it. Go ahead, Dakota. Sorry.
Well, I was just looking through this, see what all was in this. I got you know, brackets around stuff and nothing too crazy as far as note taking.
I
I
know.
haven't used this Bible since I was literally a child, but
Do I
it's
know
cool to have it back.
Do I know the person that had it? And did you know they had it?
I did not know they had it. So what happened is it's something that got left behind during the divorce, and um, that house went unoccupied for years and years under circumstances where I used to live. And Cody Kincaid, who was cleaning that up, and that was last year, I guess, grabbed it and or his wife did or something like that, and just recently got it back to me. But that's
Was
kind of
that
how it came full circle. It wasn't too bizarre and crazy, but it came back to me, and I haven't had it in my possession for 7 years or something.
was it him or his mom?
It was him.
He actually had it. That's who you ran
Cody had it. Yeah.
with him as you ran into him.
I drove past him going up Schoolhouse Hill and rolled my window down, talked to him, and we talked for a minute. And he's like, "Oh, hey, I got something for you." And
Did he have it in his vehicle or where
he had it in his truck out there.
Holy crap!
Yeah, I just stopped, and then he's like, "I got you something." He hands it to me. I'm like, "Wowzers," you know.
So where was it at here? Yeah, Timber and Smoke said he really enjoyed Navy Cast this year. My favorite small batch of this year for sure, and my favorite version of Sun Bear so far. I've liked them all. This one was absolutely spectacular. And essentially, I did a video where the thumbnail had a little bit of clickbait saying, "Hey, is it worth the hype?" You know what I mean? And yeah, it was worth the hype. I really, really enjoyed it. So that's
Question: was PD it wasn't small batch or limited release, was it?
Which one?
PD, Low Country PD?
Nope, that's regular line blend.
Okay.
PD and Smokehouse were probably the two regular line blends released this year that I enjoyed the most. But then you have the entire Perry Ensign series, and then it gets a little.
Yeah, Brothers in Arms is quite good.
I mean, yeah. So let me see. We've got.
That's incredible. Sergeant Rocco says he'll borrow a Bible and relive that. I love that because even though he's Jewish, he's mentioned to me before when I've mentioned Bibles. You know, that's so cool. Most people would just be like, "That's not what I believe. I'm not going to read anything." So that's awesome, man. Hey, I think it's got to be, Sergeant. It's got to be.
Would the book of
Hebrews is some heavy medicine, man.
What's the Old Testament book that I'm thinking of? Nehemiah. Would that be in the Hebrew Bible? It would, wouldn't it? So
Yeah.
that's another book this year that I've done a deep dive in that is in the Old Testament. So the book of Nehemiah. And I'm by education, civil engineer, but I do like on-site project management. So I'm involved with a lot of projects. So the book of Nehemiah has always spoken to me because you have Nehemiah having this calling to essentially go back to Jerusalem and rebuild it in an impossible time frame. And I absolutely love that. And the whole story, there's so much that goes into it when you actually really spend a lot of time with it. But yeah, the book of Nehemiah is one of my favorite books of the Old Testament that I can absolutely get lost in.
That's an interesting take. If someone could have one, they would choose Hebrews. That caught me off guard. Because there's like certain implications there. It's pretty heavy duty stuff. Also, isn't there controversy if Paul wrote Hebrews or not? It's not like super clear.
Rocco, I'm not surprised. A flip of a coin.
Dude, Sergeant Rocco has the most diverse life on the planet.
They can make a movie on Rocco's life, without a doubt.
Yeah. You know, I know he already left, but Blood Logos is or however you said,
Logos, I
right.
think.
He's Eastern Orthodox, and there's several aspects of Eastern Orthodox that's very interesting to me. Obviously, that's not where I'm at, right? Um, and we we've talked over email a little bit about it, and he's just open to talk about it, and that's so cool, man. Because you know, you grow up and everyone says you shouldn't talk about politics or religion, and I'm like, my mindset's kind of like that's the problem with the world is we're not willing to talk about politics and religion.
And the other
But
problem is it just
we
goes.
have the Jewish. No one's trying to kill each other. It's great. It really is.
My screen on the live just now froze.
On my screen, yeah, you're up. I don't know.
It must be my computer because I just
don't,
refreshed and
I
we are
don't
good.
know. I don't know.
Well, people say you shouldn't talk about politics and religion. I think you absolutely should, but you have to learn how to talk about it and understand people's differences. I mean, seriously, because people get talking about it when there's disagreement. People get mad and there's fists thrown sometimes, and you have to learn to discuss differences and things that you don't agree with in a respectable manner and be able to shake hands at the end of the conversation. And
I
that's
agree. Yeah, everyone said it froze for them, so I don't know.
Yeah, me too. Weird.
I'm not sure, but we're good now, guys. Yeah, Timber says we're back live now. I'm not sure. Sorry about that. It's the old devil. They don't want us talking about the Bible.
And Blue Line says the audio is now cutting out a little bit on his.
Good grief, guys! We'll give it a minute, and if it doesn't clear up, we'll shut her down. I don't want anyone to have to go through all that annoyance. That's most unfortunate.
So let us know here in a minute or two if it's gotten any better or gotten worse or still kind of cutting out.
I'm gonna bring it up on my end and turn it down low. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see what it does.
So Timber, I'm the same way. I've rubbed my flakes out to a pretty much ribbon cut. I didn't really feel the need for myself to give Sunbear any drying time, especially with the very intricate toppings that are added to it. I didn't want to lose any of those notes, so I tried it fresh from the tin. Smoked okay for me, so I was good to go. Could be a body chemistry thing with other people. They may want to dry it a little bit. I would still caution everyone not to dry it too much because you don't want to lose the intricacies of the topping of the bourbon honey or the rum honey. Excuse me.
Timber's talking about rubbing out flags. That's what I do. I rub it out to the level that I want. Certain ones I might rub out slightly more than others. Some I might leave a bit more coarse. But yeah, I've experimented with like folding stuff type methods, and I don't know if it works for you. Go with it, man. Anyone that does that, I'm not talking down on it, but for me, I like rubbing it out better. I can really pack my bowl consistently once I have the raw material kind of out in front of me in a way I can manipulate it the way I intend to pack my pipe.
I have friends who swear by folding stuff, and it slows the burn, gives them the most flavor, and cools the smoke. But I'm like you; it just hasn't. I don't have any luck with it, and that's a technique thing. Um, I don't know. It's whatever you want to do. What works for you is the way that you should approach it.
Sergeant's got jokes. He says Drew's got a 2-drink minimum.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so guys, the Escudo is on my radar. I'm not at the moment. Brutal. It is. Let me guess.
505.
No, 405, 411. It's 411.
Oh, the time on this is wrong. Sorry, 511. I'm going with 511.
411. It's 411 in Brutal Land. Yeah, I'm a big. I've been on a huge flake kick, Timber. Huge flake kick, and but I do like rubbing them out. Some of the flakes I do like a little crosscut cube thing with sometimes. That works really well for some of them.
I've got a buddy that'll take flake and kind of fold them over, and then really cube cut them and gravity pack them, and absolutely amazing results. That is one technique that I do plan on venturing into a little bit more. I would really like to try that because I enjoy like cube cut burleys and cube cut blends, but I haven't actually seriously. Dang it, you got. But I don't have a lot of experience with cubing the flakes, but I do want to look into that. I think that would work pretty well for me.
Yeah. I kind of do something similar with the like the brown Irish X and the rum twist and stuff as well. I'll cut it into a coin, and then I unroll the coin out lengthwise, bunch up that whole length, and then kind of go through and chop it. And it's not exactly cubed because I'm unrolling it and separating the layers pretty good, but I end up with kind of like a square cut tobacco, not exactly cubed as in thickness, but
Right.
Yeah, it's great.
I usually end up doing kind of like a thick ready rub on the bottom half of the bowl, and the top half like a typical ribbon. Maybe not as thick, but definitely like a thicker ribbon. So kind of ready rubbed and then ribbon on top, about 50-50. I think this pipe is about out.
Dude, I can't believe mine's still burning, and I mean, there's like still tobacco in it.
Oh yeah, it's a slow burning blend. Beautiful blend though. Love Escudo. I mean, I owe a lot to Escudo. I really do. That's the one that kind of got me down this rabbit hole that has no bottom. I mean, I'm still exploring it.
Hey, Brutal, you wasn't in here last night. I showed this off. This is a cold steel knife. This is the Pendleton Mini Hunter. It is CPM 3V steel. These are manufactured in Taiwan. But this is a little fixed blade that I have been doing a lot of kitchen work with. I got it specific. It's a hunting knife, so cleaning a deer or something would be great. But I've been doing a lot of little tasks with this. I bought it very purposefully for the size. I wanted like something the size of a paring knife, but of much higher quality. And even for like my bushcraft type stuff, it has a 90-degree spine. I could do shavings or strike a ferro rod or whatever with it. But if you guys are into knives and you didn't see this one last night, it's a cool little knife I've been playing with. Timber, take care, man.
We'll see you.
Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate chatting with you. Great insights and great conversation.
Hope to do it again soon. Thank you. Man,
so
now
Blue Line's talking about cutting up Presbyterian mixture. That's interesting.
I guess you could take any ribbon cut and make it more of a shag, which would be interesting because I love shag cuts too. Hey, I'll tell you a great one. If you all haven't tried it, if you like shag cuts, and especially if you like Virginia Perique blends, Vapors, that's GLP's Penny Farthing. It is a shag cut, phenomenal blend. Virginia Perique, just a touch of Dark Fire Kentucky. It's really, really good. And I love the tin art. A Penny Farthing.
I was going to mention that if you didn't. It's a cool looking tin.
A Penny Farthing is the really old school bicycle where the front tire is like absolutely massive and the back one is pretty small. Something that you see like in the 1800s. But beautiful purple tin art. Check it out if you haven't. It's definitely worth some investigation.
I grew up. I think I still have it. My favorite pocket knife. It's just a slip joint 3-blade pocket knife. Was a Japanese made one, and carbon steel. Very heavy patina, very dark. But it was always my favorite little knife. I really enjoyed that one. I don't know if it had a brand name on it. I think the little plate was missing, but I do know it was made in Japan. Great knife growing up. I think I still have it somewhere. All my sentimental knives I keep put up. I'll lose them if I take them out. So
I have to show you.
Kind of put away.
Jill has a very beautiful knife. I have used it one time to skin a deer, but her great uncle who passed away recently used to make knives. Fantastic. And this one, I think he took a deer antler and used it as the handle, but not just like thrown together. I mean, very artistically done, very sharp blade.
All right, Hunter. Sergeant Rocco's asking about Haunted Bookshop. Here you go, buddy. You've been sitting on another one, I know.
Actually, Haunted Bookshop is too personal for me to give an opinion on.
I'll give you an opinion. It's a fantastic all day burley blend that everyone should try and see how it resonates with them. Hunter really gravitates towards it as something for him as a go-to. For me, I prefer the bolder flavors in the Old Joe Krantz and maybe something like Big and Burly. It's all the same components, just blended a little. Well, not Big and Burly, but Old Joe Krantz and Haunted Bookshop, same components, different percentages. I find Haunted Bookshop myself slightly cigarette-ish, and it's just there for me. I keep some on hand. I do like it. I don't love it. I don't gravitate towards it. Hunter does. Old Joe Krantz is something similar in the same vein. I feel it's a bit punchier in a way that I enjoy. So yeah, if you haven't had Haunted Bookshop, give it a shot. It's a very divisive blend. Most people say you either love it or hate it, and I neither. It exists and it's not offensive and it smokes great. It's a good blend. It's just it doesn't really blow my skirt up personally.
For me, it was the first blend that I could smoke consistently, frequently, and daily, and multiple times a day without two things, without getting palate fatigue and without getting bored. So it's my Desert Island blend. I don't think it's the best blend ever made, but it is my favorite go-to blend. The best blend ever made isn't something that you would want to smoke every single day. That's like a special occasion kind of thing. Haunted Bookshop is the best daily blend for me.
Blue Line says it's kind of like kissing your sister. Brutal Enough says Bookshop has a lot of nuance to it. Good for a small pipe, not for large bowls. So maybe that's something I'll try. I have a particular small pipe. When I think of small pipes, like if I want to try something in a small pipe, my small Canadian Rossi 801, maybe I'll put some Haunted Bookshop in it in the morning to go with my coffee, going by Brutal's guidelines, and give it a shot and see how it goes. I
Maybe
don't dislike it at all. It doesn't really wow me in any way.
It is my favorite blend, though. It's my most smoked blend by far, my most seller blend. I don't know. Maybe I should give it a review. I just don't think I can do it justice because it's so personal to me. I don't feel like I'll ever be happy with the review that I give it. I've attempted, not really to much success, but yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it's you smoke it. It's the most gracious experience you've ever had. It's just for an everyday, all day kind of blend. It's the best for me. And so, as much as I love Virginia's, I'm a Virginia snob. It's my favorite category.
Well, we were talking about those. Excuse me. We were talking about those ultimate smoke experiences, and I had one back in the summer, and it was with Old Joe Krantz, and I was kind of like, really, out of all the blends I could have had this phenomenal experience with, it had to be Old Joe Krantz. You know what I mean? I was like, come on, why couldn't it have been something like some of the Balkan Sobrani I have or something, you know? And it's really nothing crazy. It's nothing spectacular in any way, but it's something I could smoke all day long and not get tired of. It is very high nicotine, very pleasing, satisfying in that regard, and the flavor's enough to keep me interested. It burns great. It's not demanding, and it's one of those blends. But if you were to like say, hey, how would you rate Old Joe Krantz on a list of 1 to 10, being like 10 being the most delicious flavor bomb, you know, thing ever? I wouldn't be able to put it way up there on that list. It's very simple, and you can find nuance in it. I found nuance in it in that ultimate smoke experience, but it's not some kind of masterpiece. The beauty and art in these blends, at least for me, this is me speaking, Hunter might disagree, is their simplicity. They simply work, and they work really well.
So, and something you pointed out that's great. It's inexpensive. Actually, I'm going to let you try to pronounce this, and then I'll give my spiel.
Okay. Oh, okay. Bribidazon.
Byro.
Bajan. Bajan. I've heard of it. Bajan. USSR. So the former Com Block USSR countries, I've spoken to a lot of them over ham radio, guys. I'm a ham radio operator, and when the ionosphere is cooperating, I've spoken all the way to Russia from right here in central West Virginia, over 6,000 miles. And when the atmosphere is working in that direction, there's a lot of ham radio operators in the former Com Block countries, Lithuania, Georgia. There's a bunch of them, right? Kazakhstan, Poland, but I can't pronounce that, man. Close. I wish I could. I've heard it before. But that's not one I've contacted over radio. I'd like to get that in my logs. That would be cool.
Real quick, let me end the haunted bookshop thing with this. Part of it is I do agree with you with the availability and the pricing of it. But as much as I'm a Virginia snob, and Virginia is my favorite tobacco, I don't smoke it all day. I would have terrible tongue bite, and I can't enjoy the nuances while at work. So, like, 85% of my pipes are during the day at work, but I can't pay full attention to the pipe. And Haunted Bookshop absolutely just fits the bill. If I'm in the mood for a pipe and I don't really know what I want, Haunted Bookshop fits the bill. It's just an absolute go-to that it's consistent for me. I know what to expect. I know what I'm getting, and I know I'm going to enjoy it. I know it's always available. I know I can afford it. It just, there's many boxes that I look for in a blend. Haunted Bookshop doesn't check all of them, but it checks more than any other blend. And so even though I'm a person, I can't enjoy the nuances at work. They can be bitey. They can be harder to find. They can be expensive. Sometimes you have to age them. Finicky in the pipe. So I leave those for the evening. So even though that's my favorite genre, 85% of my smoking is blends such as Haunted Bookshop, and if not, Haunted Bookshop. But we'll keep it there for now.
Brutal's asking me what my radio handle is. So over something like CB, which I have spoken internationally, believe it or not, over CB radio, Citizens Band, the ham radio stuff is very regulated, and you were issued a call sign from the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission. So just like a radio station might have a call sign, me as an amateur radio operator, I have a FCC issued call sign that goes with my license that can be looked up. Mine, the second from the highest. I'm a general class radio operator. My call sign is KD8 WBF, Kilo Delta 8 Whiskey Bravo Foxtrot. And it's not sexy, but that's how this goes. It's highly, highly regulated, but being licensed allows me to not get in trouble and use a lot of power and shoot my signal to the aliens and all that stuff. It's fun. I'm not wearing my tinfoil hat right now. I could line this one, but, you know. Of course, Sergeant Rocco's son's in the IDF. Why wouldn't he be? Those Shalom pipes he was talking about, I was wanting to look that one up, and I never did. Last time we talked about that was something that caught my interest, and I was like, I need to Google that, and I never did do it. But that sounds interesting. Some of the fiction action stuff. There was a Israeli man, spy master, who smoked a pipe, and so it kind of reminds me of that. It's kind of cool.
I'm going to use a little bit more enough. Going back with the Wilsons of Shero, Best Dark.
All right, let's do it.
Very smooth. Very, very smooth. Last time we did the Rustica, and this is not like that at all. This is not going to be.
No. This is completely different.
Very smooth, very enjoyable, mellow. Well, it says it's kind of strong in the nicotine, but nothing like Rustica. So compared to Rustica, mellow.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, a Brutal, don't you have one of those German Jaeger pipes? The Hunter pipes? Those are kind of nifty, man. I'd kind of like to get me one of those. He might not, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, at one point I saw Brutal with one of those German Jaeger pipes. Hunter, do you know what I'm talking about?
Straight metal pipe or bit pipe, kind of.
It's like bent and goes up. No, a lot of them have briar heads on them still, I think.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I've never seen it in person, though.
they're nifty.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
All right.
Even better the second time.
Oh, I
Now, it
agree.
has spice to it, but it's enjoyable.
There's a herbal quality there, isn't there?
Oh, yeah. It's kind of
Wilson's of Cheroga's Best Dark. Very good. Very pleasant. It doesn't hit you. It doesn't smack you in the face.
there's a little burn in the nasal cavity, but a very nice burn, though. But it's not overpowering.
Brutal says he's got a load of them. How do they smoke, Brutal? Are they actually, like, decent smokers, or do they just look cool? Because they certainly look cool, man. I've seen them on eBay, but the ones that look like they're in decent condition are well over $100, and I don't know if I want to try one that bad. You being over in Europe, probably a lot more of them floating around, I imagine. Blue Line, recommend a couple Burley blends for a fella new to Burley. Wessex Burley Slice, give it a go. Nova just got some in, and he said he won't get no more for a while. If anyone in the chat's wanting any Wessex Burley Slice, Kyle over at Nova Pipes and Tobacco has it right now, and this will probably be the last drop for a little bit of time. So go do some business with him. He is great, man. You won't regret it. Get you some Wessex Burley Slice and try that out. Also, whenever it's restocked, James Ravenwood's new Old Burley Bear is fantastic. Both of these are kind of the European Burley Flake style. As far as American Burley stuff, you have PD Low Country. That was a Burley, right, Hunter?
Burley Ford, but yes, the Burley.
Yeah. Per Jensen's Brothers in Arms is what he considers a Burley blend. It's not super Burley forward, but has a nice Burley component. Cornell and Dill's Burley Flake. There's number 1 through, is it 4 or 5?
5. There's 5.
I've only had one. Hunter really likes number 3 and number 1. But also you have Haunted Bookshop. You have Old Joe Krantz. You have Big and Burley. You have a lot of Burley options, and I've been exploring them and really, really enjoying them. If you go to Pipes and Cigars right now, you can get Amphora Burley blend for $9 a pouch. That's a 1.75 ounce pouch for $9, and I really like it. It's kind of a broken flake, or I guess you'd say ready rub. But that's some of my picks. Hunter probably has some additional ones to mention.
Burley is very, very broad. You can get a mild cocoa topped OTC style like Prince Albert, which is a great starting point, or Carter Hall. You can get a European style flake such as Wessex Burley Slice. These are kind of difficult to get a hold of. Or you can go something like an untopped Cornell and Deal Burley. Cornell and Deal is very famous for their Burley blends, and they do it in a very specific way that's very unique to them. A lot of people find them very harsh, especially first-time Burley users. What I would recommend if you want to get into Burley, the OTCs are great to start with. But if you want more of a straightforward Burley blend, and assuming you're in America, I would start off actually with Cornell and Deal's Pegasus.
So it's Pegasus. A great blend. Okay, great recommendation.
It's an untopped Burley, so it's a straightforward Burley in the American style, but it's much smoother and not as punchy as, let's say, Old Joe Krantz or Haunted Bookshops. These blends are kind of nicotine heavy and very in your face. Pegasus was blended by Bob Ranowski, who also blended Haunted Bookshop and Old Joe Krantz. And the inspiration behind Pegasus was Bob used to love to smoke old school OTC blends, but he always wanted one that was like an old school OTC, but the emphasis was on the burley and not so much the topping. So he created burley based on his experience with an old blend called Bond Street. And the idea was, let's take Bond Street, okay, let's take the bourbon topping off of it. Let's enhance the quality of the leaf and let's make like an old school OTC blend, but straightforward burley. So Pegasus is made up of three different burleys. You have dark burley, white burley, and cube cut burley. You have two different Virginias, which I assume is red Virginia and white Virginia. And then you have a little bit of unflavored black Cavendish, which is going to give you sweetness and smoothness, but not really make it aromatic because there's no topping. So if you're wanting to get into burley, especially straightforward burley, really burley forward blends, but maybe not an old school OTC or a difficult, somewhat expensive, nuanced, hard to get European style burley flake, I think Pegasus is a great entry point. From there, you can decide you want more nicotine, more punchy, a little bit stronger burley, and you can do that. If you maybe enjoy it, but you want something maybe with a little bit more topping, you can go from there. But I think that's a great entry point to see if this is for you, what direction would you like to take it? And if you try Pegasus and you enjoy it or you like something about it, feel free to reach out to me. And I'll help you find the direction to go from there if you want to explore burley further, whether that's something spicier, darker, punchier, lighter, more aromatic. But I think that is a great entry point into the very nuanced and very wide world of burley tobacco.
Hunter, I've been smoking this bowl of Escudo for well over an hour. And this is not that big of a bowl. That was a little bit less than 2 coins. 2 coins would not completely fit in here. That's pretty incredible.
I see a lot of people will take 2 coins and just pretty much ball the first one up, throw it in the pipe, take the second coin, rub it out, and throw it on top and smoke it that way. Kind of like, but not exactly at the same time.
This pack job was so perfect. I wouldn't have changed anything. It was great.
And real quick, Blue Line, you're welcome. One thing I will say is Pegasus, along with a lot of the other Cornell and Deal blends, are available in bulk and tin. Just get it in bulk. There's not going to be, there's no change in quality. I'm a haunted bookshop connoisseur. I know this blend like the back of my hand. I bought it in a tin and compared it next to the bulk sampling. It's exactly the same. If you want to buy a tin, that's great. But if you're just exploring and you're not really trying to buy tins, you're just trying to discover tobacco, go ahead and just get that in bulk. And don't worry if you're missing anything because it's not in tin. It's exactly the same in bulk as it is in tin. Just a little mention there. I think that's be worth saying.
I don't know anything that's available in bulk that I would buy in a tin, like, purposefully. I just feel like if you're wanting to age it very specifically or something, then there's a great argument, although you can still put it in a jar and age it. But, like, I remember when Nightcap come out in bulk, and I was so excited. And I started reading online reviews before I was able to.
When you're finished.
Before I was able to get it, I was reading the online reviews, the first people getting it. And some people was like, "Oh, it's nowhere near the quality," and I was getting so let down. The idea of it being lesser than the tinned Dunhill Nightcap that I loved so much, right? And I bought my first bulk order of it. I couldn't tell a difference, and I had smoked so much Nightcap, man, and held it in such, at the time, in such high regard that I feel like I would have known. But go ahead.
When buying tin versus bulk makes a difference in the flavor. If it's an untopped tobacco such as Pegasus or Haunted Bookshop or an English blend like Nightcap, it's not going to make a difference. If it's an aromatic, a straightforward aromatic, let's say Lane 1Q, it's not going to make a difference. They did make Lane 1Q for a little while in a tin because it's all aromatic topping. If you get a blend that has a slight topping to it, then it can make a difference. So it's no longer available. But for instance, McBaron's Plum Cake, you could buy it in a tin or you could buy it in bulk. The tin kept the topping, and it's just a mild topping. Keep that in mind. It's tobacco forward with a mild topping. with a full-on aromatic, let's say if you lost a little bit of topping, you won't notice because there's so much there. With something like plum cake, where it's a mild topping, in bulk, depending on how long it sits at the warehouse before you get it, you can lose a little bit of that topping. It's not going to dry out. It's not that, but it could aerate a little bit, and it's not the full experience. It could be like 90%. The first time I experienced this, I was smoking Sir Walter Raleigh. I'd always bought it in pouches, very familiar with it. And I found a tub one day, and I just bought the tub because I thought it was so cool. I'd never seen a 14-ounce tub in person. And I opened it, and it was so much fresher because Sir Walter Raleigh has a very mild topping to it. This is not an aromatic, but a mild topping. And with that topping being so well preserved in that can, it was the most beautiful fruity aroma coming from it. Completely different experience. And then that's set for a couple of years. The tobacco is still perfectly good to smoke, but the topping is flashed off and mellowed out to what you would find in a pouch. So it depends on the tobacco. But if it's just mildly topped, and I can't really think of a lot of blends that are mildly topped that you can get in both bulk and in a tin. But something like McBaren's Plum Cake, when it was available, would be a good example of I would prefer in tin. That being said, you don't get that big of a difference. So I went ahead and bought a bunch of it in bulk when they were going out. But
Great hot take. Great hot take. Makes sense. I had never thought about. Blue Line says, wait, Nightcap is available in bulk? That's my number one. Unfortunately, Blue Line, this was 10, 15 years ago when Nightcap was produced under the Dunhill name, and it is no longer offered in bulk. But there was a time.
Yep, used to get the 965 in bulk. You were getting the Nightcap in bulk. We were happy campers. And now you can't.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad. I was smoking a lot of it. Blue Line, I was smoking so much Nightcap. I think there was a certain time period in my life I couldn't taste food. I was sweating Latakia. You know, it was a thing.
Brutal enough. If you want to try Hot in the Bookshop with some vanilla, go for it. Experiment.
Let me know how it goes. I'm interested.
I can't think of any. The only blend I can think of that I know has a touch of vanilla to it that I actually like is the McBaren Virginia Flake. It's got a touch of vanilla, I think. Is it even vanilla? Or is it just sweetener? It's probably just sweetener.
I think it's just like generic sweetener. There is a couple Englishes out there that has a slight vanilla topping added that I would like to try. I think vanilla, as long as it was like a natural vanilla bean type flavor and not like this gloopy black Cavendish vanilla something. I think a touch of vanilla with an English might be good. I don't know.
I do have one I need to try. I think would be good. I have 2 tins unopened that's aged at least 6 or 7 years of GLP's the Virginia Cream, which is a Virginia blend with a very slight vanilla topping to it. And Greg Peace is a mad scientist, and I'm sure it's a fantastic blend. I haven't opened it yet, but when I open that, of course, I'll send some to you. But I think that would be a curious one to try. GLP's take on a slightly vanilla-topped Virginia.
That would be. I think that's the only aromatic he's ever produced, if I'm not mistaken. At least I heard someone say that.
I don't know. I can't think of any other. I know Mutton Chop Piper used to smoke it in his early videos, late 2016. But yeah, I've got that in a trade, I think. But I need to try that one. That one would be pretty cool, I think.
Well, guys, I got to get up early. I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. Appreciate each and every one of you for stopping by. It's really good. Great conversations going on in the chat tonight. You guys are incredible. There's nothing else to say. I appreciate the exchange of information and all the open-mindedness from all of you crazy people. We love you. We appreciate you stopping by. Hunter, I'll let you sign us off.
That's it. We, I think this was a great conversation in the chat. I appreciate the tobacco talk. Love all the jokes. Love all the laughs and just the overall camaraderie. And that's what we love so much about pipe smoking. Other than the pipe smoking itself, it's the camaraderie that comes with it. So thank you guys for joining us and being here with us tonight. We look forward to probably next Saturday night, I imagine, and we will see you all then. Thank you so much for stopping by.